Hello students, today I want to discuss about the subject software engineering and I'm going to discuss about user interface design. In software engineering, I'm going to discuss about the topic user interface design. Before talking about user interface design, first of all, you should know what is software design. What is software design? Okay, actually it comes after requirements phase. It is nothing but blueprint. We can call it as a blueprint or architecture of a SRS document, where SRS document is nothing but software requirements document. Basing on that, we are going to design a design document. Okay, what is software design? It is nothing but it is the process of describing the blueprint of the final software product. In the form of design model. Okay, it's nothing but it is the process of describing the blueprint of final software product in the form of design model. Okay, actually it exists between, as I said earlier, it exists between requirements phase and coding phase. Okay, it exists between requirements phase and coding phase in SDLC. SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. Okay, as you know, we are having different phases in this software development life cycle, like a requirements phase, design, coding, testing, and maintenance. Okay, these are the different phases in software development life cycle. Designing phase comes after requirements phase and before coding phase. Actually, after requirements phase, an SRS document is prepared. Basing on that, a design document, design procedure will be started. Okay, here. So now we'll look after what is user interface design. What is user interface design? Okay, it's nothing but user interface design is nothing but it is the front end view. Okay, it is nothing but front end application view through which user can interact in order to use the software. Okay, user interface design. UI stands for user interface. Okay, it is nothing but its front end application view so that user can interact in order to use the software. Okay, so by using UI, as I said earlier, UI is nothing but user interface. By using UI, user can UI, user can control, he can manipulate the software and hardware by means of user interface. Okay, by using user interface, user can control and manipulate software and hardware. Okay, so actually where user interface is used, we can find user interface. Okay, we can find user interface in computers, mobile phones, Okay, music players, airplanes, etc. Okay, actually we can find user interface in different devices like computers, mobile phones, music players, and airplanes, and so on. Okay, so it also provides UI. UI means user interface, also provides a platform for HCI. HCI is nothing but human computer interaction. Okay, we'll look at this topic after in the next session. What is HCI? Okay, it also provides a platform for human computer interaction. Okay, when UI will become popular? Actually, UI can become popular. UI is nothing but user interface. It can become popular when it is, first one, it should be attractive. Okay, it should be attractive. It should be simple to use. Okay, next one, it should be response in short time. It should respond in short time. It should be clear to understand. It should be clear to understand, and it should be consistent. It should be consistent on all interfacing screens. Consistent on all interfacing screens. Okay, it becomes popular. UI becomes popular when it is attractive, when it is simple to use, when it should respond in short time, and it should be clear to understand, and it should also be consistent on all the interfacing screens. Okay, next we'll see what are the activities that are performed for designing user interface. Okay, user interface design. Okay, here we'll see what are the number of activities performed for designing user interface. Okay, there are a number of activities are performed for designing user interface. Here we'll see a model user file, a model user for GUI, graphical user interface design and development. Okay, here there are some steps, like I am going to draw a diagram for this, like GUI requirement specification, okay. Next one is GUI analysis. GUI stands for graphical user interface. GUI user analysis. Next one is GUI task analysis. Next one is GUI design and implementation. And last one is GUI testing. Okay, these are the different steps involved in GUI design, graphical user interface design. We'll go through one by one. What is GUI requirement specification? What is GUI user analysis? What is GUI task analysis? What is GUI design and implementation? And what is GUI testing? Okay, first we'll see what is GUI requirements gathering. As I said, GUI is nothing but graphical user interface. Here the designer should list out all the functional and non-functional requirements. Okay, here designers have to list out all functional and non-functional requirements of GUI. Okay, these requirements can be taken from user and their existing softwares. Okay, it can be taken from user. It can be taken from user. Okay, in this model, the first step is GUI requirement specification. Here in GUI requirement specification, we are going to designers have to list out all the functional and non-functional requirements of GUI. It can be taken from user. Next one is GUI user analysis. GUI. Second one is user analysis. Okay, here designer have to study who is going to use the software. Okay, here designers studies who is going to use the software. They have to study like what are the different types of users. We are having different types of users. Some might have some technical knowledge and some do not have any kind of knowledge. So in that way they do a lot of analysis. Okay, here the main target is the audience. Okay, here as I said, some might have some technical knowledge, so that they can handle like advanced and complex GUIs. But whereas for novice, like new users, we have to give some information like how to use the software. Okay, and next one is task analysis. Third one is task analysis. Here designers have to analyze what kind of task is to be done by software solution. Okay, designers have to analyze what task is to be done by the software solution. Okay, here tasks can be represented in hierarchical manner. Okay, these are like one major task can be divided into some further small tasks. Okay, in this way they can divide the tasks into subtasks. Okay, and next one is GUI design and implementation. Here after having all the information about the requirements, the actual design starts here. Okay, the GUI design implements into code, and they can embed the GUI with working or dummy software. Okay, then it is given to testers, or it is then self-tested by developers. Okay, so designers after having all the information about requirements, tasks, and user environment, the design of the GUI and implements into code. And embed the GUI with working or dummy software. Okay, after gathering all the information like about requirements, tasks and everything, the GUI, like designing the GUI and implement and they have to implement into code and embed the GUI with working dummy software. Okay, then it is then self-tested by developers. It has to be self-tested by developers. Okay, GUI design and implementation. After having all the information about requirements, tasks and user environment, they design the GUI and implements them into code and then embed it into the GUI with working dummy software. Then it has to be self-tested by developers. Again, last one is testing. Fifth one is testing. GUI testing can be done in various ways. Okay, here GUI testing like graphical user interface testing can be done in different ways. It can be done in various ways. Okay, like organizations can have in-house inspection, or they can directly involvement of users, and then they release the beta version. Okay, it can organizations can have in-house inspection, or they can directly involve the users and they can release the beta version. Okay, here GUI can be done in various ways. GUI testing can be done in various ways. Here organization can have like they can inspect, they can directly involve the users, or they can release the beta version. Okay, here different types of testings can be done like usability testing, compatibility testing, or user acceptance testing. Here testing may include usability testing, okay, compatibility testing, and user acceptance testing. Okay.